Yes, this is WARZONEJONES, and this video is basically for my subscribers and anybody who's thinking about subscribing to me, or anybody who just want to know what my videos are now about, period. You see, this channel used to be about nothing but pro wrestling. That's all I used to talk about once upon a time. But you see, that's not all I'm into. You see, I'm not just going to talk about pro wrestling. I want to talk about MMA, anime, video gaming, because that's the stuff that I'm into. So if you want to say I'm a nerd or whatever, go right ahead. Because I'm a cool nerd, let's be honest. I'm a cool, smooth nerd, whatever. But you see, here's the reason why I want to talk about those other things. Because you know why? Sometimes wrestling, pro wrestling, to me, it just sometimes get boring. And there's nothing interesting to talk about. So sometimes I want to talk about something else. There'll be times where it'd be like a whole month will go by. Well, I'm not talking about pro wrestling, or 2 months, or maybe even 3 months. I remember one time, I took the whole damn summer off. I wasn't talking about pro wrestling at all. You know why? Because it was boring. Sometimes it gets boring. And when there's nothing interesting to talk about in pro wrestling, whether it be from TNA or the WWE, it just gets boring sometimes, and that's the reason why I don't do a video. So I'm not motivated to do a video because the wrestling business just isn't interesting. So I may do something else. Now you might have noticed I've done a couple of MMA videos. I've done a couple of MMA videos. I'm reviewing the UFC pay-per-views. I am into MMA. I like MMA. I love to watch MMA. That's why I've done a couple of MMA videos. Now, this does not mean that you don't have to unsubscribe to me. Like some people have literally done that. Like they'll subscribe to me, and all of a sudden I'm getting unsubscribed just because I did some MMA videos. Are you serious? But that's okay. You can, subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever. I'm just letting people know right now. I'm not just going to be talking about pro wrestling anymore. The simple fact is, it's not the only thing I'm into, and sometimes it gets uninteresting. It just gets boring sometimes. So I want to talk about something else, because I just don't want to be completely gone from doing videos. Sometimes wrestling just get boring, and I just don't want to talk about it. That's just how I feel, and I get unmotivated to do wrestling videos. When I first got on here 2 years ago, I was motivated as hell to do wrestling videos, and I'm just not as motivated to do as wrestling videos, but I'm still going to be doing wrestling videos. I'm going to always keep doing wrestling videos. I am a pro wrestling fan, but I'm also a video gaming fan. I'm also an anime fan. I'm also an MMA fan. So those are the things that I'm going to be talking about on this channel too. Pro wrestling, MMA, anime, video game. That's the stuff that I'm into. As far as the entertainment things, those are the entertaining things that I'm into. At least some of them. So, this is WARZONEJONES. That is my video. If you don't like the fact that I'm going to talk about those things, yeah, you can go ahead and unsubscribe if you want to. Go right ahead. It's not going to hurt me. So, I'm out. Deuces.